Hey everyone, so today we're going to be talking about functions, domains, and ranges. So let's say we had a graph that looked like this. So over here, and just think that each x value goes by 1, so 1, 3, and so does the y values. 1, 2, -1, 1, -2. Let's say we have this line that has a slope of 2, so something like this here, and then maybe something here. So the line kind of connects together like this. So, and then you'd find the equation of this line. So slope refers to the slope equals m, right? And then y is your y value. X refers to your x value. And then finally, your b refers to your y-intercept. So in this case, your equation for this function or this line would be f of x equals, or f of x is another way to say y, which equals mx plus b. So y being your y value, m being your slope, x being your x value, and b being your y-intercept. So where's your y value? We don't know. It could be any y value. So it could be -1, it could be -2, it could be 2, it could be 3. So it could be any number. And then our slope is referred to as rise over run equals slope. So slope, so you rise 1, 2, and then you run 1. So rise 2, run 1. So this equals 2. So 2, any x value, plus b. b is your y-intercept. So where in this graph does the line or the function touch the y line, this y, line right here? So where does it touch it? Right here at 0. So right about here at 0. So it's going to be plus 0. We don't have to include plus 0 because it has no impact on our equation. So y equals 2x is our equation. And we can also write this as f of x. So function f, so this refers to as function f of the value x. So this really means just y equals 2 of x. So you can write it this way or this way. As you move on to pre-calculus or calculus, this format is used more often in terms of writing derivatives or, everything else. You don't have to know that, but this is more valued as you move on. So going on to domains. So your domains are basically a set of x values. And then your range is a set of y values. Great. So now let's say I had a couple points. Let's say I picked points, coordinates 1, 2, maybe 5, 7, and 8, 17, right? And I want to find, and the question says, what is the domain? What are the domains? And what are the ranges? What is the range for this set right here? Notice that I'm using curly brackets right here. Well, the purpose of these is to indicate a set. Whenever you have a set of coordinates, a set of maybe food items like apples, orange, apples, oranges, grapes, I would use this notation called set notation. Set notation. So these brackets indicate that you have a list of something. Great. So domain, so we have all the x values. So it's a list, a set. So you know you're going to use those curly brackets and all the x values. So this is an x value, this one over here, and this. So 1, 5, 8. You can separate, or you have to separate these numbers with a comma, then close the bracket. The same thing for the y. You are going to take a set of the y values. So 2, 7, and 17. So 2, 7, 17, and put commas and use a set notation. All right, so that's domain and range. So let's say we have a graph, and I said find the domain and range. Domain and the range. So let's do this. Oops, let's put this on top. Okay, so let's say we have the domain here. So what is the domain? A set of all x values. So we have -2, a point at -1, a point here at 0, a point here at 1. So we're looking at all of the x values. So 0, and then right here at 1. So our set would be -2, comma, -1, comma 0, comma 1. But then you're probably thinking, what about this value right here? Doesn't this touch the line as well? Yes, it does. So this is really wrong, right? So the domain really is right here. So domain is all x values. If you look back at the formula, a set of all x values. So when you go back up, you see that, all these points right here. So there's just so many points. How can you say this? Like, how can I, describe this? Well, you can use something called parentheses, and you use your starting value, your lowest value, the least valued point. So right here, -2 is your smallest number, because that's where the point stops, and the point stops here at, let's call it 2. So right here at 2, comma 2. And you can just close it off. So that means all points. So, and then you can use this thing, this bracket right here. Why am I using this bracket instead of these parentheses? This means not included, whereas this means included. So -2 is included in our set because there's, there are closed circles. But if there's an open circle, then this 2 right here, there would be a parentheses instead. All right, and our range, let's try this, goes all the way up to 4, right? Right here, and it goes all the way up to 1, 2, 3, 4 over here this way as well, -4. And they're both included, so it would be -4, comma 4. Always indicate the smaller value first because, you read left to right. So you want to have your lower value on the left and your upper value or your higher value on the right.